There are two so-called secrets to 3D shading, and they are pencil pressure and restraint. And I guess I'm being a bit dramatic when I call them secrets, because really they're just things that don't get explained very often when you're learning how to draw. People talk a lot about light sources and blending and fancy shading techniques, but they talk much less about how hard you should be pressing with your pencil and how long the shading should take. And these two things make a huge difference. Now, when I talk about 3D shading, I'm not talking about hyper-realistic shading or drawing that takes hours and hours of meticulous work. I'm talking about just getting a drawing to have that feeling of 3D-ness or 3 dimensions on your page. It has a sense of depth and it feels competent, not heavy-handed or clunky. And I think that's probably what most beginners are aiming for, a competent looking drawing that has a sense of three-dimensional form. Now, pencil pressure and restraint, they go together. Pencil pressure is how much you're pressing the pencil down onto the paper, and to be able to control that on purpose. Most beginners use far too much pressure too early, which makes their shading dark and muddy, and it's really difficult to adjust it as you go. Restraint is more about your mental game when you're drawing. Restraint means control, patience, and slowing down instead of rushing to make the drawing look finished. Effective shading is built up in smooth, even layers, and those layers are going to take some time. Your first layer should be really light, and from there you can start to build shadow layers on top of that. Restraint means holding back from jumping straight to the dark values, resisting the urge to press harder to fix things, and accepting that the drawing's not going to look finished until you spend a good deal of time on it. And I know it's easy for me to say, take your time. It's much harder to do that, to have the patience to build up your drawing rather than rushing to finish it. When we combine our two secrets of light pencil pressure and restraint, we're able to control how light or dark the shading is, and we're able to build depth gradually and successfully. So let's do a shading exercise together to practice both of those things, pencil pressure and restraint. Grab an HB pencil and a piece of paper. And I want you to draw an organic, uneven shape. Perhaps you could think of it as a small stone or a small potato. When you draw your shape, use as light a pressure as possible to draw the outline, so that the outline is barely there, it's almost invisible. You might find that you have to change the way you hold your pencil so that you're not pressing it too hard into the paper. I find it useful to hold the pencil a little bit further back than usual, so there's not so much weight pressing onto the tip of the pencil. Now angle your pencil so that you can use the side of the pencil lead, and using the same pressure you use for your outline, a very light pressure, shade in that shape, that stone or that potato, with one even layer of shading. That means using the same light pressure all the way across. You could use long strokes or short strokes or even circular motions, but really focus on how much you're pushing down on the paper. Or should I say, how much you are not pressing down on the paper. Because we really want the pencil to just be touching the paper, resting on it, not being pressed down on. Imagine there is a light coming from one side of your object, and it's hitting one side. This is going to be the light side. The opposite side will be the shadow side. Imagine how far around the object that light's going to reach. The object is round, so at what point does the light start to be blocked by the front curve of the object? And make an almost invisible marker where you think that point should be, where the light stops reaching the other side. Now we can start shading on the shadow side. Add another layer of shading, filling in that area up to your marker. And for this layer, you can press the pencil to the paper just a tiny bit more than before to get a darker value, but focus on keeping the pressure even and smooth. If your pressure is even and smooth, your shading will be even and smooth. Build up the darker side with several layers. As you shade, focus on keeping the pressure on the paper the same and have patience, working carefully to fill in any gaps with light pressure. Pause a moment now and take a look at your drawing. You should have a very light layer and then a slightly darker layer of shading. Now we're going to add the darkest part of the shadow side, or the form shadow. Start at the dark side again, and this time press hard enough to get a dark grey, But make sure you're still using the side of the pencil lead and you're controlling the pressure as you move about a third of the way across the shape. The pressure should stay the same as you shade. Now you should have 3 distinct values. We have a light, a middle, and a dark value of shading. The ultimate test of pencil pressure control is to now see if you can gently blend the 3 values together at the dividing lines. Start at the edge of the middle value and see if you can find the correct pencil pressure to get the same value as the middle value, and then lessen the pressure as you move into the lighter area. Use the side of the lead and you can use either short shading strokes or small circular motions to create a kind of a bridge, a transition between the middle value and the lightest value so that they start to blend together. And then do the same between the dark value and the middle value. Starting at the edge of the dark value, try to match that value by controlling the pressure of your pencil. Then lighten up on the pressure as you move in towards the middle value area. At this point, you should be starting to get a 3-dimensional illusion on the page where the object feels rounded and it's starting to kind of pop out. To enhance this, we can add a cast shadow. This will help create a feeling of weight, like the object is sitting on a surface rather than just floating in the air. We're going to draw a thin oval shape coming out from the bottom of the object and across into the shadow side away from the light source. Use light pressure to shade the entire cast shadow. And then use a stronger pressure to add a dark value into that shadow really close down by the bottom of the object. This is where the light is fully blocked by the object, so it can be pretty much black. Experiment with the pressure of your pencil to fade the darkest part of that cast shadow into the rest of the shadow. Remember, as you move into the lighter area, you lessen the pressure of your pencil so that it's matching the value that you've already got down there. If you find you have dividing lines between the different values in the shadow, spend some time using light pressure to create a bridge between the values, just like we did on the form of the object. So if you've just done that exercise with me, think about how it felt for you. Was it different to the way you normally approach shading? Did you feel like you had control over the values that you were creating? Did you feel impatient? Or maybe you were able to get into that kind of calm mental zone of shading and just take your time. I'd love to know your experience in the comments. If you haven't already done so, it'd be great if you can give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more videos. And if you want practice controlling the pressure of your pencil, try this video next or this one. And I'll see you next time.